Do you know how it feels when you push your emotions under the carpet and do not deal with that baggage and believe that one day the baggage will disappear, only to find it over and over again staring in your face? That feeling. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me one more time on Absolutely Right with Aditi Surana. I'm your host. I'm a behavioral analyst, a high performance coach, and an anti anxiety expert. Today, we'll be talking about one more anecdote, one more example, one more situation that you can look at and resolve things that are bothering you, troubling you, to claim the best version of yourself. Now, this is a common situation. People do it often. So many times we believe that if we push our emotions under the carpet and do not pay any attention to them and ignore them completely and do not even look at them, somehow somebody magically would resolve them for us, and we would wake up to a day where we won't have any emotional baggage. The only problem is it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't work like that, my friend. We got to deal with our mess. Mess is the word because these emotions otherwise become super messy. And if that's what you're feeling right now, then this particular anecdote would be absolutely right for you. Imagine it's your best friend's wedding. You are all excited, super enthusiastic to make sure that every single thing is done exactly how they want it. Now, you are preparing for a Sangeet. You are performing, obviously, and you are one of the best performers. So you are like super excited to get your moves right. And few hours before the Sangeet, somehow you slip, you get hurt, you get bruised, and your right elbow is in pain, like excruciating pain. You can't bear it. You are in tears. You are absolutely struggling to even keep it to you. But somehow you manage to do that. You're like, I know, but the Sangeet is more important and I cannot be losing my thing. And you absolutely gather your strength and you show up, but the hand is swelling. You can see the bruises. You don't want anybody to notice it. You don't want people to give you that unnecessary attention. You don't want anybody, more than anything else, those aunties, to walk up to you and ask you, Beta, what happened? Are you okay? Is there anything we can do? None of that. You just want people to focus on the Sangeet so that, the show must go on attitude is all there. Now, in order to solve that problem, you come up with an ingenious idea. You say, wait a minute, can I wear an outfit with full long sleeves so that nobody can see the wound? And then, I'll just be okay. And you are super excited. You're like, that's a great idea. I must do it. So you find an outfit, you are all set. However, after that, every single step you take is a problem because you're constantly vigilant of nobody walking close to you, people staying away from you, literally like keep safe distance, guys. Like, don't come close to me because even if a small touch can cause that pain again. While you're busy doing this, a friend of yours from your college days is there at the wedding. She realizes that she has not met you and she spots you from a distance. The very moment she looks at you, she is so excited. She runs from one corner of the hall towards you, making sure that she hugs you tight. But the problem is that loving, beautiful, adorable gesture is not loving for you. It causes you to feel all that pain again. And instead of reciprocating her love, you scream. She's confused. She looks at you. She wonders what happened. Oh, I was just hugging you. Why are you overreacting? She says. You say, oh, I'm not overreacting. I'm just in pain. You say that being in tears. She simply cannot believe. And she said, where is the pain? I can't see anything. Why are you behaving in this manner? If you didn't want to say hi to me, I understand. But this is too much. She walks away, not understanding what has happened. Sounds familiar when it comes to your emotional situation? All those unheard stories, all those resentful thoughts, the mean comments that you have heard, and the self-deprecating comments that you have heard from people, and you have held close to your heart, and you have been holding them forever, something that is bothering you every single day. What happens to all of that? Isn't it similar to the wound that you are trying to hide? Isn't that what you push under the carpet all the time and not knowing what to do with it? Simply believing that one day somebody would clean all of this for you to have a happy life. If that's the illusion that you're living in, my friend, then that's not happening. And if you don't learn how to deal with your emotions, you're just going to carry them forward every single month, every single year. And if that is what is happening currently, then it's just going to weigh you down. Have you watched that video on Instagram where someone says, how heavy is this glass of water? And people say 300 grams, 500 grams, whatever number comes to their mind. And the professor says, no, my friend, it's not about how heavy it is. It's about how long you hold it. Similar thing is applicable to your emotions. If you hold them for a longer period of time, unresolved, unprocessed, then they start getting to you. If that's what is happening to you, please don't ignore it. One of the most amazing techniques to deal with this is journaling. Because emotion, as I said, is thought in motion. It cannot be stopped without letting an outlet available to it. So if you are just pushing your emotions under the carpet, then the way I mentioned in last Friday episode about the pressure cooker analogy, the same thing gonna happen. It may blast beyond your limit without knowing how to resolve the problem while it is happening. So don't wait for the moment, do it on a regular basis. And that is the power of using simple, everyday mental fitness tools that can keep you afloat, can make sure that you do not carry that excessive weight. And whenever you feel that you have this weight that you cannot share with anybody, you have a mechanism like journaling to write all your thoughts and emotions down. If you use a 3-step journaling process, it would be even more phenomenal. It's a simple process. You ask yourself a solution-oriented question. Then you go ahead and do a Kama Sutra S-stroke practice page. And third, you simply write the response in a handwritten style. If you do all of this, it would be way simpler for you to deal with this problem. If you haven't considered it yet, if you're thinking whether I should do it or not, the link to learn a 21-day journaling process is aditisurana.com/lockdown21. It's an absolutely free workshop available. We created this as a social initiative during the pandemic. So do not hold your emotions like that. Learn the technique. Simply move forward with the technique, and that is the power of Mental Gym. If you haven't explored Mental Gym, the link is aptforme.com. And if you have more questions that I can answer, if you want our episodes to be a certain way, write to me. My email ID is writ@aditisurana.com. I'll see you on Wednesday with one more fantastic episode on Absolutely Right with Aditi Surana. Till then, happy writing.